Yeah, you got your speech ready? You gotta make sure you Travis was saying that he said I got first word. First word. Okay. We're on the mic right now. Mike's alive. We're on mic right now. Oh, okay. You can hear us out there. You can hear us out there.
So everything's live. We're on camera.
And it sounds good and everything. We're good there.
I hope so.
Me too.
Start talking.
We played 10 games before we play. First game, we made second game. You wouldn't be following this series. You were.
This is great.
Okay, because we can put better lights on.
No, that might shine a lot off my
like
head.
blind everybody.
Yeah. She saw it. She comes in.
All right, guys, you guys want to go ahead and just step right around the corner?
Test, test. 1, 2, 3, test, test. Keith, we're good over there. Welcome. First of all, I want to thank you all for being here this afternoon as we celebrate the historic beginning to our school year. The fall of 2023 will be a season that is etched in time as one of the most successful in Mancos history. A theme that has emerged for me going into this school year was one family. And we are so lucky and blessed to live in this community and to be a part of the Mancos School District. My vision and what I am witnessing taking place is that our school and our programs become united, that they become one family. We're not just football. We're not just volleyball. We're not just classrooms. We're not just the elementary school or the middle school or the high school or administration. We are Mancos, and we are family. And as I reflect back on this past season for athletics and activities, we have so much to be grateful for and so much to celebrate. Therefore, I'd like to take some time to share some of the highlights of what Mancos has accomplished in athletics and activities this fall. These programs and the coaches who lead them are producing young women and young men who will no doubt be a positive influence in our community moving forward and our future leaders. First thing that I want to point out is our coaches. We're blessed to have a group of high school coaches and middle school coaches that are so dedicated to our students and to our school. And they sacrifice so much time and energy as dedicated professionals, and we're lucky to have them. So the programs that we had this fall, I'd like to start off with our Knowledge Bowl program. Our Knowledge Bowl program has consistently been placing and improving every single week. And I especially want to point out our coach, Miss Echelier, who has brought so much energy to this program. The program continues to grow, and looking at the numbers that our middle school has, it's going to be a program that will continue to be successful in the future. Next, our cross country, a program that regularly produces leaders in our school. And it competes in one of the toughest, if not the toughest regions in all of Colorado. Due to some injuries, some illness, some numbers, they didn't have the season they expected to have and that we knew they could have, but they still were a strong program. And again, our middle school numbers are climbing, and we're looking to have success for many years in the future. And I do want to point out that our very own Tegan Archer was first team all conference this past season. Cheerleading, in only their second year of being a competitive team, and this year competing in a different category while also becoming a co-ed team. They went to regionals and finished second, where we had two individuals, Maddie Daves and Brooke Jabor, who were both finalists in the jump category. From there, they went on to the state championships, where they placed sixth in the state, making an improvement from 15th last year. Another individual honor at the state level, Maddie Daves received all-state honorable mention. Our volleyball program, this year they won the San Juan Basin League championships, the first time since 2009, and this earned them the right to host the regionals competition, where they then became regional champions and state qualifiers for the first time since 2011. We had several individual accomplishments within the volleyball program. For San Juan Basin League, all conference, we had first team Taya Yeomans, Haley Higgins, and Claire Goodwin, and second team Asia Matthews. Taya Yeomans was also selected as the San Juan Basin League Player of the Year, and our coach, Brianna Yeomans Allison, was selected as the San Juan Basin League Coach of the Year. State level individual accomplishments. Taya was a first team all-state player. Haley Higgins was an honorable mention all-state player. Taya was also chosen to play in the Colorado Coaches of Girls Sports All-Star Game, as well as being selected to play in the Chaska All-State Game, where our coach will also be making the trip to be a coach on the All-State team. One last accomplishment for the program, Coach Yeomans Allison has been nominated for the Horizon Award, which is a statewide award that recognizes coaches whose enthusiasm and involvement has made significant improvement in their school's overall success. And then to top all of that off, both of our senior starters, Taya Yeomans and Haley Higgins, were recruited and have signed to play volleyball at the college level. Now, for a season that officially started in August and was completed the day after Thanksgiving, our football program, this year Mountain League champions. With an 8-1 regular season, they would go on to dominate 3 talented teams in the playoffs to earn an opportunity once again to compete at the state championship game. At the state championship, in full circle, playing the same team that we'd seen 2 years ago in 2021. Our Mancos Blue Jay players and coaches once again dominated on both sides of the ball, with Cale Wayman being named player of the game and being featured on 9 News, which brought some notoriety to our corner of the state. And for the first time in program history, became the state champions. This is also the first state championship in the last 25 years for any Mancos athletics program. As we look at our individual honors, Mountain League All-Conference, first team, Cale Wayman, Caden Wyatt, Jacob Martin, Levi Martin, Chris Medina, Cole Dainty Guilfoyle, and Adam Martinez. Second team, Colton Vaness, an honorable mention, Andrew Jaime. All-state honors. First team included both of our 1,000-yard rushers, Cale Wayman and Levi Martin. Second team included our hammers on the defensive side of the ball, Chris Medina and Caden Wyatt. And then honorable mention, Cole Dainty Guilfoyle, Jacob Martin, and Adam Martinez. And then our very own Coach Josh Gardner was named Coach of the Year. So with that, I'd like to ask you to all get on your feet and let's recognize the 2023 High School Athletics Association 8-man state champions, your Mancos Blue Jays. I'd like to invite a couple of them to come up and share some words with us. So we'll start with our first team all-state player and the state championship player of the game, Cale Wayman.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cale Wayman, and I was the team captain for our state championship team this year. I want to take this time just to thank everyone who gave us support and everything they gave us throughout the season. So I'd like to start out with our fans. Thank you guys for showing up and being loud. It means a lot to all of us. The next people I'd like to thank is all of the parents that showed up, that gave us food for all the long bus rides, for team dinner. None of this would have been possible without you guys. And next, I'd like to thank all of our coaches, Mr. Gardner, Alan, Jared, and Justin. No one put in more time than them. They've spent countless hours and days putting in time, watching film, and getting plans ready for us. And it would also not be possible without them. So give them a round of applause, please. And lastly, the last thing I want to say is just how proud I am of all the boys standing back there. Everyone saw the end result. Everyone saw that we won the state championship. But what no one saw was all the time that we spent in the summer, during the school year, and outside, all in the weight room, that all these boys put in. Every single person contributed and put in so much time. None of it would be possible without each and every one of them. Everyone contributed everything from scout team to never seeing the field to people handing out water. Every single person contributed to our state championship. It wasn't a single person. So I just want to praise them and say how proud I am of each and every one of them. And the last thing I want to say to everyone is, all the young kids and everyone working their lives is, no matter what, no matter how hard your life is, if you put in the time and just work hard, things will go your way, I promise. So just work hard and everything will go your way.
Once again, that is your state championship game player of the game and first team All-State, Cale Wayman. I would now like to invite the CHSAA 8-man football coach of the year, Josh Gardner.
All right, go Mancos. Hey, 8-man coach of the year. That's just a disclaimer on that. We've got lots of coaches and we all work together as a team. All the coaches put in a ton of time. You know, Alan and Jared put in more time than I do, typically on a day-to-day basis. So, you know, there's a lot of work that went behind all this, everything from all the work the coaches put in to the parents, the fans, and everybody. I just like to make sure everybody knows that that head coach of the year belongs to everybody, not just me. But anyways, I really want to talk to you guys about Travis's, you know, dream, his saying of us being one family. I want to thank him for that, because that's like a special thing that we haven't put emphasis on enough in the past. Like, I remember these kids here when they were your age, when they're knee-high to a grasshopper, playing backyard football out there on recess, growing all the way up through the program. And, you know, Alan Matthews started the whole brotherhood campaign with bringing us all together. And I think when we focus on our dreams as a family, I think that really helps us with the support of our family accomplish our goals. So it's always been a dream of ours as football players to make it to the state championship game and win, but really it takes the whole community. We had lots of elementary kids out there all the time supporting us, lots of teachers, lots of administrators. We had the whole community really back us all the way up to this moment right now. So I want to thank the community. You guys have done an awesome job. I'm feeling the love and the support. We appreciate you. And also for you kids who are playing sports or who you got big dreams, big goals, like Cale said, all you got to do is work really hard. It doesn't matter what your talents are. It doesn't matter what, you know, God physically gave you. It really matters how hard you work. All right. And our boys prove that. So make sure you're working hard. Make sure you guys buy into the program. And let's stick with what Travis has got going here with the one family deal. Right? We want to be respectful and we want to honor us as a family together, right? All right, thanks for the support. Go Mancos.
Bring these mics way back down again here. So this was a great accomplishment for this group of students and for these coaches. But it was also a great accomplishment for our school and community. As they both have said, this didn't just happen this year, and it took a lot of people coming together and working in the background to bring this success. It, of course, took our boys putting in the work, both in season and out. Our coaches sacrificing their time to prepare our students, again, inside and out of season. The football team of 2021, who first made it to state and showed us what was possible. They made us believe. Elisa Fredericks, our trainer, who has become part of the family. Our fire and ambulance crews, who were at every home football game. Barb working the gate. Susie helping with parking. Monty, Blake, Travis White, and Hank on the chain crew. Josh Martin announcing. Chris Roberts running the clock and scoreboard and taking 2 16-hour-plus trips with me to Fairplay to do a neutral site home game. Javier and Zach setting up the field and preparing the gyms. Javier and Zach setting up our hospitality areas, the custodial team keeping our spaces clean and ready, Tanya Brown running the scorebook for volleyball, Kim Zufelt being our line judge, which is the worst job in the world. Trista and Remy, our own students, singing the national anthem, both solo and together. The band playing at events and making our gym as loud as I've ever heard it. High school, middle school, and youth cheerleaders getting us fired up. Classic Air bringing the helicopter in at halftime for our homecoming game. The Color Guard. Genevieve Vanest filming every single one of our games and doing work behind the scenes. Anna Matthews organizing the team dinners, overseeing boosters. Those that worked in the concessions and added to the overall experience of our events. Destry and Heather with the cash boxes, programs, and keeping the team and me lined out. And only Destry knows the hours spent on the phone and working on logistics and getting motel rooms. Chrissy in the business office, making sure that we had the funds to be able to equip our programs. Keith in IT, who helped me with sound and cameras. Audion, Ivy, and Josh, who were at the head table and timing for our home cross-country meet. Mary Homadou and Jen Pascal with the concessions at the cross-country meet. Jake McKee and Alice being our course sweeps. Our teachers who set the foundation in our classrooms and volunteer where needed. Transportation, Dan and Jason hauling us all over the state. And then Jason, sainthood, because anytime you haul a bunch of volleyball girls to Denver, there's going to be shopping and lots of restaurants involved, and he just took it all with a smile. Our parents for showing up week in and week out, decorating, putting up banners, getting their kids to every practice, every game. The community showing up and making our gym and stadium the loudest places around. That stadium and you in that stadium is definitely our ninth man on the field. All of the individuals who have donated financially to our programs, all of our local businesses who have sponsored our programs. I want to also point out Pete at the P&D, who donated breakfast burritos and fed our boys on the state trip, and then who has created a space for the community to gather and watch our teams play as they compete across the state. Ed and Todd, who filled in for me at different events when I had more events than I could get to at one time. There just are so many who contributed to the success of all of our programs, including our state championship program. And this championship is not just the result of this season, but years of sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears, of work in the dark and out of the spotlight by so many people. See, what we've experienced this year with all of our programs, but especially with this football program, was the vision of a man and the result of his and many others' willingness to do the work to build a successful program. This man does not have the title that brings the recognition and the awards. And I am sure that he will say he is just fine with that. But I've been blessed to coach with this man. I've been blessed to stand shoulder to shoulder with him on the sideline, and I have witnessed his work for many years and over the past couple of years. And I believe without hesitation, him to be one of the greatest coaches in all of high school football. He started us on this journey over 10 years ago, creating a family, a brotherhood, and giving us a blueprint for having vertical alignment from youth through high school. He started and built the youth program, and then he moved up and coached at the middle school level and built that program. And then finally, he came on and added the finishing touches to our high school program. I would like to recognize and now invite to share a few words with us, Alan Matthews.
That's a tough act to follow. Within all of those kind words that Travis gave, he also failed to mention that he was on the football staff for 6 or 7 years. And the majority of these players behind us that are on this year's roster, he coached them all the way through their middle school program. So let's give Travis a round of applause, please. I don't want to be completely redundant, but I also want to acknowledge the efforts of many in this gymnasium here today with all the different programs that have done well this year, from the cheerleading team to the cross-country team to the volleyball team to the esports team. And just I want to take a second to recognize their efforts. And as spectators, we often see them on game day and we see their highs and their lows, but we never see the millions of hours that they spent in their yard, in the dark, putting in the time that it took to be successful. This year's football team was a very special team. And as Coach referenced, I was fortunate to have coached a lot of them since they were 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. And just a blessing to be a part of their lives and be a part of their journey. And I couldn't be prouder of the group. I couldn't be prouder of the guys that I coach with. I couldn't be prouder of the administration here at Mancos or the faculty members that make this whole machine run. That being said, within our football program, there are a lot of people that do a lot of things in the dark that most people will never see and they'll never get the credit for. When we travel, it's a very well-oiled machine. The food is always on time. Precautions are made. A lot of different planning happens in the background to make sure that this thing runs. And whether it be my wife or Stacy or Jen or Alma or the different mothers, Tracy, we just appreciate everything you all have done for us. And we recognize that you guys are a huge part of what we do. So please give them a round of applause. In closing, as I look out into the audience today, and I see so many beautiful young children that are so talented, and I'm trying to pick out the next Taya Yeomans in the audience. And I'm trying to pick out the next Quincy Montoya and the next Kel Wayman and the next Chris Medina and Elliott Sam and Cole Dainty and Andrew Jaime and Brock Emo and so many of the great seniors at this school. I want you all to know that they started exactly where you are. They started within these programs here. They played in some other programs, but they put in the work, and we're proud of our entire senior class as well as all of our athletes. But we recognize that we build this thing from within. We always have, we always will. Thank you.
So there are so many that have poured into these programs, poured into our students, and I apologize for any that I have missed. But what I hope that we all realize is this fall, it's the product of many hours and years of working in the dark and out of the spotlight by those present that are around today and by those who came before. The success of this fall belongs to this entire community. And this state championship is ours as a school, as a community, as a family, because it took all of Mancos to achieve it. So before we depart here today, I want us all to come together here as a family, as one voice, and rock this gym. So I'm going to say we are, and then you're going to say Mancos. Okay? I'm going to say we are. You guys are going to say Mancos. Is everybody ready? Okay, let's rock this place. We are. We are. We are. One more time. We are. Oh, man. I cannot wait to see this winter sports, these spring sports. You guys, when you get to the next levels, Mancos athletics activities, this entire school district, as it continues on a path of excellence. So one more time before we leave here today, let's celebrate, let's honor, and let's give it up for our 2023 state champions. Go Jays! Hey, real quick, don't disappear yet. Real quick, everybody, Well, they're going to come around. Let's give them all some high fives, some appreciation. Love you, Mancos.